Alright, so it's already 10 o'clock. And siguro kailangan na nating mag-start now para makapagsimula tayo. So, bago tayo magsimula directly with our lesson, just to check, we have 25 participants. So, I'm hoping parang nabawasan tayo ng 10 since last week. So, yun yung sinasabi ko na as we go on with our lessons. I was hoping na sana dumadami tayo or ma-maintain natin yung dami. But siguro, no, sometimes we get to encounter a few of this one kasi hindi naman lahat pinagpala na magkaroon ng magandang internet connection or even data connection. So far we are 26. And I hope that we get to. So, it's so quiet. I don't hear any voices just as last week. So, sana magkarinigan muna tayo ng mga boses. Kumusta yung mga activities nyo from last week? Yung activities 1 to 3 and you have two self-assessments that you have. Kumusta? I'd like to hear voices, please.
Okay naman, sir.
Okay lang. I get to see that there are some only few na nagpasa. Some others are even hindi sila nagjo-join ng meeting na ito, pero I get to see them that they are still also passing. Some others are even communicating to me, no, kung especially with those activities that are medyo hindi naintindihan yung instructions. Alright, so yun, no, kailangan nating you just get to communicate with me, no. Sorry if hindi ko agad marireplyan kayo. But I get to see that I will always reply to you. Just as I said, I saw no yung kay Mr. Kwan, Mr. Sino yung nag-PM na nagtatanong kung anong mga activities ang ipapas. I just saw it sa Kwan, no, sa Messenger na nagtanong pala siya. So I just nag-PM siya kahapon, ngayon ko lang ni-replyan. I'm sorry, Mr. Juni ba? June? How do you pronounce your name? Kasi iba yung pangalan mo dito in the in your Facebook account. So far we're 26. Saan kaya pumunta yung iba? Alright, so do you hear me loud and clear? Mahina, malakas? Medyo ba? Medyo may buzzy ba kasi last time that when I saw it sa sa replay doon sa video natin, I was actually mahina pala yung boses tapos medyo may buzzing sound. I hope that you don't hear me with a buzzing sound.
Okay.
Wala naman. Alright, sige, wait lang, sino yung let me just check it. Dali. Kasi nag-echo. Yeah, so before we get to start, no, talagang mag-start tayo, I'd like to hear comments and suggestions talaga about the activities that you have before we get to scan. Kasi we have lessons 1 to 3 last time and we have lessons 4 to 6 today. We have 3 more lessons. Then that's the end of the first quarter. Tapos na yung first quarter natin. So, it's just how fast things go. Pero, yun na nga, I want to hear comments. Mahirap ba? Kaya ba? What are your encounters? Ano ba yung mga na-encounter nyong problema? Anybody?
Sir, hanggang sanay EJ passing gamin last month sa Madkat, we used to pass at 1 date lang.
1 date. Alright. So you're expecting that at 1 date, everything from the first to the last. Are you passing it every quarter?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Different teachers have different styles, but I was just quite medyo nasanay ako handling with the college last time. Kasi ganito yung style ko. The reason why I want you to just send a clear photo of those finished activities that you have is all because of convenience. It will be convenient for you. It will be convenient for you to just pass it online if you have the chance of the internet connection. Ang alam ko, is it true that even if you don't have load, you can send photos through Messenger? I'm not sure kasi.
Sir.
Pwede, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Pwede. So, yung ganun. So picturean nyo lang ng klaro. Ang gusto ko lang klaro, yung for example, those are words or essay. I'd like you just take a good clear photo of it and just send it to me. Maybe siguro pag yung buong photo na yon hindi kasya, pwede nyo gawin is just picture portion by portion. However, don't forget that please label them with what activity para pag nakita ko yan, binasa ko yan through the messenger, yun, no, madaling mabasa. So, please tapos, pakikuha na lang, pag mag-photo kayo, pakitama nga yung orientation. Huwag yung pabaliktad kasi pag nagla-laptop ako, hindi ko mabaliktad yung laptop ko. Paano ko basahin yun? I get to turn my head or what? So, yun. So, it's just that. Pero, to answer back Mr. Cañero's question, it's a way for me na if it's convenient for you, I know that is also convenient for me. Ganito ang style ko kasi why I chose it that way. As soon as you get to finish one activity na alam nyo natapos nyo na, as soon as you get to finish that one, pwede nyo na agad na isend sa akin through messenger. Hindi nyo na kailangang hintayin pa na isang buo ang bagsak na ipasa yon. So pwede, like for example, if you get to finish one, it's done and I think it's already correct. I think it's satisfactory or it's more than satisfactory that I've finished this one. So yeah, yun, pwede nyo agad i-pass, no? Hindi wag niyo nang hintayin yung so for example, deadline is Monday, natapos niyo since last Friday pa. Pwede niyo nang i-pass ng Friday. So, ang gusto ko, painot-inot na ipasa nyo kaysa isang buong bagsakan. Now, at the same time, ayoko kasi yung, let's say for example, last week we discussed lessons 1 to 3. And you're supposed to pass your activities 1 to 3 today because we're going to discuss then again today your lessons 4 to 6. Then, for this week, you're going to make also the activities for lessons 4 to 6. So, ayoko yung parang matatabunan kayo ng mga maraming activities to the point na parang sabi nyo, ayoko na, nakakatamad na. So, yun nga, sabi ko, pakonti-konti, pero at least napapasa nyo, at least kung napapasa nyo, at least meron, no? Kasi yung konti na yan, pag if you're going to just jump, lump sum them everything, malaki yan eh. So, konti-konti, pero later on, ma-realize mo, may napas ako. Kaysa yung hinihintay mo minsan ng isang bagsakan, ending, tinatamad-tamad ka na, wala ka ng pinasa. So, I think that was the problem of some of you before, no, na you encounter that one. So, ayokong mangyari yon. So, then again, answering Mr. Cañero's question, as soon as you get to finish one, you can send it right away. Either in the messenger of my other account or my Gmail na account. Alright, so I hope that I had answered the question of Mr. Cañero. Okay ba? Is it clear? The one that I get to answer. And I hear voices kasi medyo talagang okay lang. Would that be okay for the others? Ganon na lang.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so ganun na lang kasi is it true daw na sometimes you get to like to go out just to pass your papers or your modules because you wanna go out. You have reasons to go out. Alright? Just to give you heads up for the newly made memo of Baguio City. If you have read that one, anybody, let's get to update ourselves with the current affairs or current issues that we get to encounter right now. Have you ever heard of the newly made memo which was released at 10 o'clock last night?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet? Anybody others? Baka merong nakarinig.
No, sir.
Wala. Alright. This is just to get to inform you that Baguio City had made a memo of restricting kids at ages 15 and below to go to Baguio City. Even if you are accompanied by your parents or adults, you're not allowed to go out unless it's a medical or emergency matters. So then again, at around grade 8, you're around 13, 14. So I believe that you are not qualified. So just to give you heads up po, 15 years old and below, no, binabawal po ng Baguio City yung mga batang 15 years old and below to go because of the newly, mutate kasi yung dating strain ng COVID-19, which is now the UK variant of that COVID-19, which is Ang masama doon, mas madali siyang mag-transmit compared to the original variant. So, yun yung pinagbabawal ni Baguio City. So, 15 years old and below, no? Kahit na accompanied by parents, unless it's a medical issue or an emergency issue, hindi kayo pwedeng lumabas. Alright? I don't know if La Trinidad will be making also a memo same as that one, pero Baguio City has already released that one yesterday. So are we good already before we get to start with our lesson? Kasi 3 lessons nito and I hope na ma-shoot ko siya by 11 kasi magpapapunta ako ng school, magpapa-medical check-up din ako. Are we okay? Can we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay na. Alright, so let me share to you my screen, no? Alright, let me see the chat muna. Can you accept Asen Basilio to our Google Meet? Mr. June, or however you pronounce your name, you can just let him add the link and then I will accept him. Kasi I'm accepting everyone that is joining even hindi ko kilala yung mga pangalan ng mga yon. So, yeah, Mr. June Games, baka nagla-livestream ito sa Facebook, nagla-livestream ito sa YouTube. Yeah, so then again, let me share to you my screen. Alright. Wait lang, sandali. Okay, thank you. Natatay pa lang gayam naka-join. Sige. Alright, let you share to a window. Alright. Alright, I'm sharing now my screen. I hope that you get to see them. See it.
Not yet, sir.
Wait lang, sige, let it load. Are you seeing it now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir.
All right, before we're going to go to the lessons 46, let's have a recap of what had happened last time. All right? So, tingnan natin, no? So, recap tayo ng lesson last week. So, you can turn on your microphones if you para mas maganda na natin. So get to see there, we have 6 questions there. Maybe I give you 1 minute for you to think about, and maybe later on as I get to ask the question, you can answer in chorus, or maybe you'd like to answer it on the group chat, pwede din. Or, alright, ganito, laro tayo. Do you know the waterfall answering? Have you ever?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Alright, waterfall answering ganito. Let's say for example, I'll ask the question number 1. What are the 3 laws of motion? Tapos, I'll give you around 1 minute for you to type in your answer in the group chat. Dito yung group chat na kasama dito sa Google Meet nito. Alright? Tapos, I'll count it. After 1 minute, I'll count 1, 2, 3. Tapos, send your answer. So, yun, mabababaha yun ng lahat ng mga answer nyo. Let's try to see. Would you like that game? Let's try natin for another thing naman. Waterfall answering. Alright, let's try number 1. No? Number 1, then this time, I'd like you to put your answer, but don't send it yet. No, wait for my go signal that you're going to send it. So, give you 1 minute for you to answer. So, number 1, what are the 3 laws of motion? Alright, I'll give you 1 minute for you to think and type your answers. And afterwards, no, I'll count 1, 2, 3, then you send your answer. Alright, sige. Meron nag-answer agad. Follow instructions, Mr. Angitay. Mr. Osias also. I did not say send it right away. So, waterfall nga eh. Waterfall. Kaya pag waterfall, kailangan sabay-sabay. Alright, so, what are the 3 laws of motion? Type it yet, but do not send it yet. Alright, type lang. Alright. Alright. Sige, type. Kasi yung in-answer nyo isa lang. But I'm asking 3 laws of motion. So, Mr. Anggitay and Mr. Osias. Tahimik masyado. Parang hindi ako sanay. Sino yung nag-answer din? Alright, Mr. Rush Earl. Sino man ito? Wait lang, no? Just wait for my go signal. Alright, are we okay? Na-type nyo na ba? Can I hear voices? Na-type nyo na ba? Hello? Anybody there? Am I alone?
Yes, sir.
Okay na? Na-type nyo na yung answer. But don't send it yet. Don't send it yet. Sakit imam ta. I'm asking only for the names of the laws and I'm not asking the the description of the law. I'm just asking for the names of the three laws. Alright? What are the three laws of motion? So, yun. No, nag-leave naman si Rush Earl na ito. Anyway, are we okay now? Alright, I hope that we're okay now. So, in 3, so I'm counting down until 1, no? Pag 1 na, you can send your answer right away, alright? Let's try to see your answers from 3, 2, 1. Send your answers, please. Ayun, ganun ang sinasabi nating waterfall answering. So most of you are correct, no? You have 1, inertia, law of inertia. Number 2, law of acceleration. And number 3, law of interaction. Tama yung mga answer nyo. Alright, so let me see here mga nag-answer. Miss Kyra, Miss Kaina, I think these are the twins. Miss Lianyo, Miss Balay Odaw, Mr. Balay Odaw, Mr. Wayan, Miss Ramos, Rihanna Luis, Sarah Jane. Thank you very much for answering. So, ganito po, yun yung tinatawag nating waterfall answering. Alright? So, yun. So, tama, no? We have the 3 laws of motion. Number 1, we have the law of inertia. We have the law of acceleration. And we have the law of interaction. Now, let's go now to that point wherein pinagawa ko kayo ng kite. Alright? I hope that some of you are still siguro making the kite, but some others already done. But bakit pinagawa ko yung kite is because it's something that is already dying in our culture. Alright? So, sa akin kasi, when we were young, no, we're not that rich. Hindi po kami mayaman. To the point that when people from the provinces do not have their own toys to buy, what do people from the province do is that they make their own toys. So when I was young, when we were young at our generation, we make kites, we make tops, yung kampuso, we make our toys, no? So yun po yun. Tapos, in that case, sa generation na kasi, parang feeling ko, hindi na kayo marunong na gumawa ng kite. But I was really very happy to see some few photos, no, na ay nakagawa ito ng kite. Kasi sa kite, paano siya, especially no, sa pagpapalipad ng kite, it's actually governed by one of the 3 laws of motion of Isaac Newton. One, to be specific, may isa doon na talagang mag-a-affect ng laws of motion of Isaac Newton kung bakit nakakapaglipad ang kite. So, some of you have answered it's the second law. Some of you have answered it's the first law. Some of you have answered it's the third law. So I will not reveal it yet until such time that we're going to. I'm expecting for you to pass that one by Monday of next week. All right, this time. Eto, wag na nating i-waterfall para hindi sayang yung oras. So what are the 2 types of energy? You can just turn on your microphones and just share to us. No, what are the 2 types of energy?
Physical energy and kinetic energy.
All right, we have we have the potential and the kinetic energy. All right. In relation to your answer number 2, number 3, what are the factors that affect your potential energy, or simply PE na lang natin? Ano mga factors na nakapag-affect sa PE? Pag ganito kalaki, ganito siya kalakas. Ano yung mga pinag-usapan natin last time? What are the factors that affect your potential energy? Anybody? Alright. One of the factors that affect your potential energy is mass. What's the other one? No. Anybody?
Height.
Alright, very good. It's height. Alright, so, the factors that affect your potential energy is mass and height. Mas mabigat siya, mas malaki potential energy niya. Pag mas mataas siya, kasi mas mataas yung height niya, therefore, mas malaki yung potential energy. Now, let's go to your number 4. What are the factors that affect your kinetic energy?
Velocity and mass.
Alright, very good, no? We have your velocity and mass. Mass, pag mas malaki yung sasakyan or mas malaki yung bagay, mas malaki yung kinetic energy. However, at the same time, velocity is related to your speed. Mas mabilis siyang mag-travel, mas malakas ang kinetic energy. Alright, let's go to number 5. Where does sound travel fastest? So, anybody?
Solid.
Alright, very good. Solid. Alright. I'm really very happy that most of you answered. And lastly, number 6. What are the phenomena that involve in sound? Ano yung mga phenomena? We have, I think...
Temperature.
Temperature is actually a factor, no? Factor si temperature, but I'm asking for the phenomena. Yung mga weird na nangyayari sa isang sound na hindi natin ma-expect na, ay, nangyayari pala ito sa sound. I think we have 2. Sige.
Reflection and refraction.
Alright, very good. Now we have your reflection and your refraction. No? So, simply, in your own words, ano kaya yung reflection? Ano yung keyword natin doon sa reflection of sound?
Bouncing
Echo.
back.
Echoes, we have your bouncing back, no? Pag bumalik si sound, meaning nag-bounce back siya, meaning, no, that's what you call, reflection or refraction?
Reflection.
Alright, reflection. How about the other one, which is refraction? Ano naman yung special sa kanya na phenomena?
Bending of sound.
Alright, very good, no? Bending of sound. No? Nagbe-bend pala si sound. Alright, in that case, no, don't forget those two words. You have your reflection and refraction that we'll be encountering on the next lesson. Thank you very much. No? Ito yung recap natin. Let's go now to your lesson number 4. Lesson number 4 is light. I believe that nag-usap na tayo dati sa yung 7B ko dati kasi ako yung science niya. But I believe that with Ma'am Nicel and other, especially for those who came from CCDC, have you or even with those transferees, have you discussed about light last time? Sa grade 7
Yes,
niyo?
sir.
Light, no? So, ano bang light para sa inyo? Anybody? This is just a guess kasi hindi ko pa tinuro, so you can just guess. Ano pa yung light? Kasi pwedeng maraming term. Light eh. Yes?
Brightness.
Brightness, alright? It's related to brightness, something that is bright. Tama naman. Kasi yung light, bright. Alright, so yun.
Sir, a bit echo.
Oh, and sorry. Kasi in-ikat ko, microphone ko. Anyway, ano kaya pang another term for light in your own words? Pag may nagsabi na light, ano para sa inyo ang light? Anybody?
Sun.
Sun, alright. Kasi si sun may light. So, sunlight. Sun, very good. Yes? Tama naman. Alright, so let's proceed to your lesson about light, no? Yan si light, no? Example of an electromagnetic wave. I believe that in your grade 7, you have discussed already about electromagnetic wave when you were in grade 7.
Yes, sir.
O, maalala nyo pa, ang electromagnetic wave. Alala nyo pa?
Yes, sir.
Kung maalala nyo pa, just give me keywords or words that you still remember about electromagnetic waves. Sa mga nagsabi ng
Travel
yes.
to space.
Alright, you can travel to space. Tama. Very good, no? You can travel to space. Alright. Before we're going to go to discuss your electromagnetic wave, light is an example of your electromagnetic wave. Alright? Keep this in mind. If you have your pens with your pencil with you, this is opposed to your sound. Hindi po parehas si light kay sound. Si light po, electromagnetic wave. Si sound po, mechanical wave. Alright? So, if you'd like to write down that note, no, na si sound kasi, mechanical wave. Alright? As opposed to your light, which is an electromagnetic wave. Later on, i-discuss natin ano bang special kay electromagnetic wave compared to kay mechanical wave ng sound. Alright. In the second bullet that you have, we only see things because there is light. Makakakita ka ba kapag walang light?
Sir, no.
Oh, alright. So, have you ever been into some place wherein it's what you call your pitch black? Talagang walang ilaw. As in talagang black na
Yes,
black.
sir.
Alright, pitch black
Sir.
tawag natin.
Yes,
dyan.
sir.
Alright, so we only see things, we only see color if we have light. Alright, if there is no light, sunlight, or light from the appliances, therefore we cannot see things. Alright, so let's proceed. Ano ba ang electromagnetic wave? An electromagnetic wave does not need a medium to travel as opposed to sound. Alright, so anong meaning nito? Ano bang medium ni sound para mag-travel? Anybody? Still remember the lesson last week? Ano ba yung mga pwedeng pathway ni sound na pwede niyang lakbayan or pwede niyang pagdaanan para makapag-travel yung sound? So remember? Ano yung pathway or ano yung medium ni sound para makapag-travel? Can I hear voices? Anybody? Ano yung pwedeng pagdaanan ni sound?
Solid.
Solid. Alright. Solid is one. Ano pa?
Liquid and gas.
Alright, solid, liquid, and gas. Si sound, kailangan niyang mga yan. Kailangan niya ng solid, liquid, and gas particles para makapag-transmit ng sound. However, what's so special with light, which is an electromagnetic wave, sabi dito sa slide na nakikita nyo, does not need a medium to travel. Kahit walang solid, liquid, or gas, si light makakapag-travel pa rin. So, tama yung nag-answer earlier kung sino man yun na it can travel through space or vacuum. Sa space kasi walang masyadong particle to the point that pag sabi nating vacuum, no particles. But still, light can travel because all electromagnetic waves can travel without solid, liquid, and gas. Si sound, kailangan niya yon. Si light, hindi niya na kailangan, makakapag-travel pa rin. Sabi ko nga, when you go to the outer space, because there's no solid, liquid, and gas particles there, even if you're going to shout on the top of your voices, nobody can hear you because, yun na nga, hindi makakapag-travel si sound sa outer space. Si light lang. Alright, so that's what's so special or the differences between the two. Alright, let's go now. So ito yung example ng picture ng electromagnetic wave. When you talk about electromagnetic wave, it's a combination of electric and magnetic. So electromagnetic, kaya nga electric and magnetic. Alright, let's proceed now to the next one. Sa electromagnetic wave, meron tayong sinasabing spectrum. Alright, alam niyo yung spectrum? Have you ever heard of that term? Anybody?
Sir, hindi pa.
Hindi pa, alright. So, spectrum is actually a range. No? From here to here. Yun yung tinatawag nating spectrum. Alright? So, your electromagnetic wave actually has a spectrum. It ranges from radio waves. Saan ba si radio waves? Itong dito sa side. Can you see my cursor? Nakikita niyo ba yung cursor ko?
Yes,
So,
sir.
alright. So,
Yes, sir.
si radio wave, wala. Si radio wave andito. Alam niyo yung signal ng mga radio nyo? Example yan ng radio waves. Alright? However, on the other side, we have your gamma ray. No? So, as actually being, yung nasa left, si radio wave is the lowest energy wave. Tapos, nandito sa kabila, si gamma ray, ito yung highest energy wave. Pag ito, na-expose ka dito, magkakaroon ka ng superpower, magiging mutant ka. Joke lang, hindi totoo yun. Pero, you get to see that in the movies who are exposed to yung mga rays daw ng mga ganito, nagkakaroon ng mga superpower, just like the X-Men. So, joke lang yun. Huwag kayong magpapa-expose po sa ultraviolet and X-ray. Instead na magkakaroon kayo ng powers, magkakaroon kayo ng cancer. So, please, no? Hindi totoo yung mga pinagsasabi doon sa movies. Alright? So, this is the spectrum. No? Ito yung buong range. We have radio wave followed by your microwave. Alam niyo yung microwave? Saan yung nakikita yung microwave?
Yes, sir.
Ano?
Yes, sir.
Kitchen.
Sa kitchen.
Oven.
No? We have your microwave oven. Tama? Do you have that one at your homes? A microwave? Alright.
Yes, sir.
Napapansin nyo, di ba? Naluluto yung pagkain or umiinit yung pagkain pero hindi kayo nakakikita ng apoy. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Oh, kasi meron
Sir.
kasing microwave doon. Microwaves also have energy. But they are not that strong that they are not parang nakakatakot sa health natin. Infrared. Nakakarinig kayo ng infrared? Narinig nyo na tong infrared?
No, sir.
Infrared. Do you know the ones that is being used by your alam niyo yung pag pumapasok kayo sa mall, pag pumapasok kayo sa school, alam niyo yung parang thermometer na yon? Yung parang
Yes,
parang binabaril sa ulo mo.
Ah, yes,
Sir.
sir.
Oh, that's an example that the ray there or the wave there that is being used for it to be able to detect the temperature is actually infrared. All right? So infrared 'yun, infrared thermometer, no? We have also what you call your visible light ang tawag dito. Tapos sa visible light, we have the ultraviolet. Have you ever heard of ultraviolet?
Yes, sir.
Alright, saan natin
Yes,
nakukuha
sir.
tong ultraviolet? Alright, very good. Sa sun. No, itong ultraviolet rays na nanggagaling sa sun, anong naidudulot nito sa atin? Pag nasobraan ka ng exposure sa sun. Anybody? Guess?
Sunburn.
Sunburn. Oh, yun, una yung mangyayari, sunburn. Pero pag na-expose pa, beyond that sunburn, ano kayang pwede mong makuha?
Skin burn.
Skin burn. Alright, merong nag-answer skin cancer, which is the correct one. Oh? So, meron tayong tinatawag na skin cancer. Yun talagang, sabi nating, naluto sa sun. Kasi overexposure to sun. Alright, so, itong ultraviolet rays, no, okay lang ito sa mga morning sun. Kasi the morning sun has what you call your vitamin D. However, if you get to expose yourself with the noontime sun, alas 12, no, okay naman, pero we get to use protection. We have your mga sunblock na ginagamit dyan. So, just to give you heads up, sa mga mapuputi dyan, mas malaki yung chances yung mas madali kayong magkaka-skin cancer kesa sa mga maiitim. Have you ever seen an African guy who was exposed whole day in Africa under the heat of the sun tapos na si skin cancer?
No, sir.
Wala, 'di ba? Hindi sila
No,
masyadong
sir.
natatamaan
No,
ng skin
sir.
cancer is because their dark skin is actually a protection from the sun. Kaya pag si maputi, lesser ang protection niya. Kaya yun nga minsan sa atin, no, especially for girls, sabi daw nila, mas maputi, mas maganda. Tama ba? Boys, do you agree?
No.
No,
No?
sir.
Ano bang gusto nyo sa isang, ano bang skin color na gusto nyo sa isang babae?
Sir, hindi skin color. Height.
Height. Ano ba? Pag
Grabe
mas
yung
maliit,
height,
mas cute, ganon?
Maliit. Cute.
Ah, maliit, cute. So, paano pag yung malaki, higante, ganon? Puste. Anyway, it's just ko, no? Pero yun yung sinasabi ko. We have your X-ray also, no? This is the X-ray is usually used for us to detect our bones when we get to have a checkup at the hospital, no? Nakikita niya na hindi na niya kailangang buksan pa o opera pa yung mga katawan natin just to see na if we have broken bones. The X-ray is so strong that it can, no, penetrate into the skin, into the muscle and detect bones. No, na pwede niyang i-print out and you get to see now your skeleton by using an X-ray because X-ray is one of those na malalakas na mga rays. And lastly, we have your gamma rays. Ito na yung mga rays na nakukuha mo with the high energy rays, no? Atomic nuclei na ito yung size niya eh. So, it's really very penetrating to the point that it cause mutation to your cell and cause right away cancer. Nakukuha mo ito pag sumabog ang nuclear bomb, ano pa ba? Pag merong mga nuclear power plants na malapit that you are exposed to, you live nearby an tapos may leak, no? So ito 'yon. However, in this electromagnetic spectrum po, hindi po lahat i-discuss natin. Meron lang po portion dito ang i-discuss natin. So we have radio, micro, infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-ray, and gamma. Anybody would like to guess kung ano yung related sa lesson natin about light dyan? Which part of the electromagnetic spectrum do you think yung focus natin dyan?
Visible?
Alright, very good. No? It's a visible light. Alright, so let's proceed to your visible light. Tama. So we have your visible light. Nakita nyo earlier, no, from radio waves going to gamma rays, ang pag-uusapan lang natin is a portion of that spectrum which is your visible light. The only portion of the electromagnetic spectrum na pwede nating makita. Kasi hindi tayo nakakakita ng gamma rays. Hindi tayo nakakakita ng radio waves. Nakakita kayo ba ng signal Signal na radyo nyo? Anybody? Baka may nakakita sa inyo. Malay natin. Nakakita na ba kayo ng X-ray? Yung ray niya mismo?
No, sir.
Have you ever seen an ultraviolet? Oh, all right. So those are the parts of the electromagnetic spectrum that cannot be seen by our naked eyes. However, there is just a small portion in that electromagnetic spectrum that we can see, and that is the visible light spectrum. In this case, nakikita niyo ba yung may kulay sa baba?
Yes, sir.
Alright, what does it resemble? Ano, pag nakakita kayo ng ganitong kulay, ano itong ganitong kulay? Saan nyo ito nakikita?
Rainbow.
Alright, very good. Rainbow. So, ano bang kulay ng rainbow? Tanong ko naman sa inyo. Ano bang kulay ng rainbow?
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet.
Alright, so andun. So, very good for answering. That is actually your Roy G. Bv.
Roy G. Viv.
Pero, 'Di ba? Dati tinuro sa inyo may IPAB in between B and V. Roy G. Biv, 'di ba?
Indigo.
Yung indigo. Oh, pero tanong ko sa inyo, ano bang kulay ng indigo?
Mixed color of blue and violet.
Mixed color of blue and violet. So how do you distinguish now your blue and violet? How do you put that one in the middle? All right. That's actually something that is cannot be differentiated to the point that they actually took out your indigo. Kaya wala na si indigo kasi hindi nila kayang i-describe kung ano si indigo. So kaya this time we have only your Roy GBV. All right? So ROY GBV. So your blue, tapos next would be your violet right away. All right? So ito yung sinasabi natin na Roy GBV, yung kulay ng rainbow. Alright, so andito no. So we have your red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Visible light. Alright. Ito tanong ko. Right, trivia question tayo. Anybody who can answer this one? Alright? Just turn on your microphones and just get to say the answer. If we are to combine all the colors of the rainbow, what would be the color of the light?
White?
White? Anybody? Sinong gustong makapagkuan pa? Maybe a different answer.
Brown?
Brown? Sige. Some more?
Black.
Black. Ano pa?
Gray?
Gray?
Brown or black?
Red or black? Nandun na kasi si reds, white or black or, white or black or gray. Tapos may nag-answer ng brown. Any other colors? Think of the rainbow. We have those different colors there. If you're going to combine them all, ano kayang kulay? Alright, anybody? Some more guesses? I think. One more guess. Or nasabi nyo na ata lahat ng kulay Alright, so ano bang tamang answer? Ipapilit nyo dyan answer nyo. Anong answer nyo? Ano kayang answer?
Sir, black.
Black.
Gray?
Gray?
White.
White.
White?
Black.
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 White.
Alright, ganito. Ang tamang answer is
White.
white. Alright, tamang answer is white. Ang tamang answer is white. Later on, we get to that phenomena of light related to dispersion that will prove to you that if you're going to combine all the colors of the rainbow, what will come out is white. Now, some of you answered black. Is black a color?
No.
Yes or no?
Sir. No, sir.
Alright.
Yes.
Yes, meron din nag-answer yes, meron nag-answer no. Ganito. Pag yung sa Crayola nyo, ang pagbabasehan natin, yes, black is a color. Yes. However, if you get to compare that to, relate that one to light, si black po ay hindi kulay. Paano mo ma-describe si black? Anybody?
Darkness?
Darkness? Yes, it's related to darkness. Tama ka. May konting siyang concept doon sa darkness. Pero how do you describe that one more? About light?
Shade.
Sir, it's not.
It's not yes. Continue.
Sir, it's the absence of light.
Alright, very good, no? When you talk about black, it's just the absence of light. Sabi nga natin, di ba, makakakita lang tayo ng isang bagay pag may ilaw. Pero pag walang ilaw, wala tayong makikita. Anong nakikita nating kulay pag walang ilaw?
Black.
Black. Alright, so yun, no? When you relate that one to physics, about light, then black is not a color, it's just the absence of light. Alright? Walang ilaw, kaya black yung nakikita natin. Pag may ilaw, yung going to mix all the colors of the rainbow, what will come out is a white color. Alright, let's proceed. So, if you'd like to, if you have your modules with you, beside you, no, can you please go to page number 45? Napunta na ba kayo sa page 45? Kasi merong mga
Yes, sir.
alright, nakita nyo yan, yung compare and contrast with bubble map. Kasi sa pag-print ng modules nyo, nawala nga yung mga circle-circle. Pansin nyo, hindi masyadong na-print out yung circle dyan.
Sir, kaya duma, ti han nga printed.
Alright, han nga printed, meaning awan, awan da ito yung page 45, you mean?
Sir, nakikita
Sir,
lang.
some pages.
Alright, nangisit, or, the point here is that, nakapadas kayo ba tikas to yung ag-answer? Na-try nyo na ba yung mga
Not
ganito?
yet, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
Makikita nyo yung
Yes,
sample
sir.
answer ko sa taas. Meron yung
Yes, sir.
nakasulat that sound
Yes,
is a
sir.
longitudinal wave. Yes, it's a longitudinal wave because it's related to your mechanical wave. No? Tapos, we have at the middle, both are waves. Nakikita nyo yan?
Yes, sir.
And at the same time, also at the other side, we have your light is an electromagnetic wave. Nakikita nyo?
Yes, sir.
Alright, ganito siya para paano natin mag-answer. Itong nasa left part ni sound, ito lang yung mga characteristic na it's really very unique for sound. Yung siya lang yung meron. Nagigets nyo ba? Yung nasa left part ni sound. Yung sa
Yes,
side
sir.
ni longitudinal wave. Alright. The one in the middle is actually something that sound and light shares. Yung mga characteristic that they share both, sound and light. We get to see that your sound and your light are actually both are waves. So this is something that is common for both sound and light. So lahat ng nasa gitna, hahanapin nyo rin yung ang parehas, ang pagkakaparehas ng sound and light. Ano ba yung mga others pa na pwedeng pagkaparehasan nila? So those are the ones that you're going when you're left with 1, 2, 3, 4 more circles in the middle. And at the same time, on the far right, sa side ni electromagnetic wave, no? Ito naman yung mga unique or si light lang meron na wala kay sound. Right? So do you get that one? Do you get the concept of this bubble map? Nakukuha nyo ba?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Actually may mali dito sa ginawa kong answer. Pansin nyo ba? Kasi hindi magka-level
No,
si longitudinal wave kay electromagnetic wave. All right? If you have your pens or maybe your pencil with you and your modules with you right now, I'd like you to please change. Light is a transverse wave. Alright? Hindi dapat may electromagnetic wave yan. Kasi, hindi sila magka-level ni longitudinal wave. It's a transverse wave. Alright? So, this is just a correction. So, this is something for you to pass for page activity 4 that you are to make. Alright. So, ito yung for this week. Can we now proceed? Pwede na ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, sige. Punta tayo ngayon sa phenomena involving light. 'Di ba meron tayong phenomena involving sound? May still remember?
Yes, sir.
Ano yung
Yes,
phenomena
sir.
ni sound? Again, ano yung phenomena ni sound?
Temperature.
Temperature? No, it's a factor.
Reflection and refraction.
Alright, we have your reflection and refraction. And you get to see that in your phenomena of light, do you see the same term again? Nakikita nyo ba?
Yes, sir.
Alright,
Yes,
meron
sir.
din si light ng reflection and refraction. However, it's just added with one, which is, ano yung bago kay light na wala si sound?
Dispersion.
Dispersion. Alright, merong ganito. So, let's go now and talk about dispersion first. Ito si dispersion. It's a phenomenon of separating light into different colors. Nakakita na ba kayo ng prism?
Yes, sir. They are the mirrors na.
Ay, mirrors na, or this is actually a glass na parang Toblerone, yung shape. Nakakita na ba kayo ng ganun in the real life?
Yes, sir.
We have
Yes, sir.
some
Okay.
view of this one, no? If we have the face to face, we have some view of this one at the science laboratory of this prism. Or you get to see here a picture of the prism. And then again, you get to see ano yung kulay na nakikita nyo sa far right?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Pero ano yung kulay na pumasok from the far left?
White.
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 No? Then again, anong sabi ko? Pag i-combine mo lahat ng kulay ng rainbow, anong kulay niya?
White.
White. Kaya,
White.
ang sinasabi natin, no, that white is actually the mother of all colors of light. That light inside it, if you're going to disperse it or separate them into different colors, alam pala natin na si white color pala ay may karga na Roy G. Biv. This will only prove to you paano kaya pagbabaliktarin natin. Pag si rainbow naman, pinasok natin dito, anong lalabas na kulay sa kabila?
White.
White. Kaya ganun din siya. If you're going to go reverse of that one, then again, makikita natin, white light pala yung mother of all colors. Now, my question would be, saan tayo, ano yung source ng white light natin? Saan tayo makakahanap na white light? Anybody? Oh, guess. Kasi hindi ko naman pa tinuro ito.
Light bulb.
Light bulb, yes. Well, light bulb is some few. But ano yung pinaka-source natin ng white light? No, guess, another guess.
Sun?
Ha? Yes?
Sun?
Alright, very good. Your sunlight is actually a source of our white light. Kaya nga nagkaka-rainbow, di ba? Kailan lang ba nagkaka-rainbow? Pag maulap, tapos malakas yung typhoon, nagkaka-rainbow ba?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Hindi, di ba? Pero kailan lang nagkaka-rainbow?
After the rain.
After the rain.
After the rain. Pero makikita natin agar-arby spy. Meron pang mga kukunting mga umuulan, pero dapat andun si sun, di ba? Saka lumalabas si rainbow. Kasi nga, again, the source of our light, white light there is actually the sunlight, which is an example of a white light. Alright, so question of dispersion.
Answer.
Alright. Saan nyo ba nakikita yung mga ibang example of dispersion? Usually, this is just example of your prism. Actually, meron pa akong tanong dito. Paano ba nabubuo ang rainbow? Anybody? Alam nyo ba paano nabubuo si rainbow? How do rainbows form? Anybody?
Sir, light enters a water droplet and it reflects light of the inside of the droplet.
Alright, I think the word reflect would be changed to disperse because that's related to your dispersion. Alright, think of it this way. Instead of your prism as being the one that will disperse or separate the white light into different colors of light, think of the droplets this time. Diba? Si droplets na ngayon, na mararaming mga droplets dyan during after the rain, diba kailangan meron pang nag-harvest na konti para lumabas si rainbow. Think of the small droplets as prisms that will separate the light into different colors. Yun na yun. So, instead of the thinking of the prism, think of the droplets. Tapos may pumasok na white light sa other side, lumabas si rainbow on the other side. Na-try nyo ba? During a sunny day, tapos meron kayong spray. Yung spray. Tapos may kargang tubig.
Yes, sir.
Tapos try nyo mag-spray lang ng kwan. Di ba may lumalabas na rainbow na maliliit? Pag
Yes,
nag-spray
sir.
kayo, di ba?
Yes, sir.
That's an example of dispersion. Think instead of using the prism, you're using those water droplets to separate the light into different colors. Alright, do you get the point of dispersion? Alright, can I hear a yes or a no? If no, then I will explain more. If yes, then we will proceed. Gets nyo ba? Meron pang nagjo-join. Sandali. I-add ko muna siya. Na-late ito Ayun, may nagjo-join. Si Mr. Paladino. Anyway, yeah. Alright, anything about your dispersion? Wala, ang tahimik
Lang, sir.
Okay lang? Alright, so dispersion po yung pagse-separate ng mga light. Let's go now to the second phenomena, which is reflection. Kung makikita nyo yung reflection nyo, is actually your page 47 of your module. Again, parehas lang. Ano yung keyword natin pag reflection?
Bounce back.
Alright, bouncing back. Parehas lang kay sound. Si light din, bumabanda din yan, no? Parang nagbabounce din yung light niya pag nakakatama ng barrier. But, lahat ba ng mga bagay nakakapag-reflect?
Not everything,
No,
sir.
sir.
Not everything, tama. Because, no, in some other surfaces, some lights are absorbed, but while some others, no, some lights are reflected. Alright. Kailan lang ba nagkakaroon ng reflection? Tanong ko sa inyo.
When there's light.
And there's light. O, sige, isa na yung light. Pero ano pang isang requirement para magkakaroon ng reflection? Anybody? O, guess ulit kasi hindi ko pa naman turo. Guess lang, sige.
Water.
Water. Alright. Guess
Mirror.
water. Pero, nakakita ka ba ng reflection pag talagang wavy? Yung water?
No, sir.
Hindi
Wavy
naman,
yung
diba? So, ano ba yung
reflection.
ano ba yung kwan? Ano ba yung dapat? Ano ba yung requirement talaga para magkakaroon ng reflection?
Mirror, sir.
Mirrors? Mirror is an example of a thing that reflects. Pero ano bang kailangan ng, sige, sabihin natin, ano bang meron si mirror na nakakapag-reflect siya? Compared sa, let's say, for example, we have your wall. Bakit si wall hindi nakakapag-reflect? Anybody? Guess ulit. Okay lang. It's okay for you to be mistaken. No? At this point, kasi hindi ko pa tinuro ito. You can just guess. Ano bang meron kay mirror na wala si wall? Na bakit si mirror nakakapag-reflect, si wall hindi?
Sir, mas shiny yung mirror kaysa sa wall.
Alright, very good, no? It's only when things are very shiny and so smooth that there will be reflection. Kasi magaspang si wall, if you're going to get a microscope and try to look at the surface of your wall, si wall po ang daming mga lubak na mga surfaces dyan, to the point that it cannot bounce back, no, the light in only one direction. I'd like you to go to your page 47 and you get to see your types of reflection. What are the two types of reflection?
Specular
reflection and diffuse
Alright, very good.
reflection.
No? Specular and diffused. Alright. Among the two types of reflection, saan lang tayo pwedeng makakapagkita ng ating reflection? Is it in a specular or is it in a diffuse?
Specular.
Specular reflection.
Alright, makikita natin that it's only in the specular reflection that we can see our reflection because makikita natin isang direction lang lahat ng pag-bounce ng mga light waves natin. Kasi nga, you get to see that the surface is so smooth, uniform po lahat ng direction ng pag-bounce ng light. It is only that time when we get to see our reflection. Alright? However, when you talk about your diffuse, ano bang meron kay diffuse? Hindi po smooth yung surface ni diffuse, kaya nakikita natin ang daming direction na pwedeng puntahan ng light to the point that it is just absorbed and no reflection is seen. Do you get the point? Or baka mabilis,
Yes, sir.
mabilis lang ako. Alright, so sa shiny lang. So, sa example ng shiny surfaces, mirror. No? Obviously, nakakakita tayo ng reflection at mirror. Polished metal. Pag makintab si metal, nakakita tayo ng reflection. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
Glasses. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Oo.
Yes,
Kahit
sir.
yung noo. Di ba? Nakakita kayo ng reflection sa noo?
No, sir.
Joke lang. Joke lang. Joke lang yun sa mga kan. Kasi di ba? Alright, so hindi joke lang yung sa noo Baka sabihin nyo, ala si sir, nagkuha naman ng noo. Yan, joke lang yan. Alright, let's go to your examples of your reflection. So ito, no? Nakakita lang tayo pag smooth. Makikita natin sa picture na ito, the water is really very smooth and still that you get to see a reflection of the tree upside down. But if ever you're going to throw pebbles or make waves there, no, the reflection will disappear. Is because then again, no, naging diffused reflection na siya. So na-absorb yung iba. Right? So gets niyo na yung reflection ng light. Gonna hear voices before we're going to proceed to the next phenomena.
Sir.
Alright, sige, reflection. Pag bounce back ng mga light, yun, reflection yun. Alright, let's go na to what you call your refraction. Again, ano yung keyword natin kay sound dati? What's so special with refraction?
Bending light.
Ang bending of sound dati sa sound. Ngayon naman, bending of light. Paano ba mag-bend si light? Have any idea? Alright, nakakita na ba kayo ng bending of light? Alright, ganito. Before we're going to go and show you, no, an example of the bending of light, let's get to see first kung gaano kabilis si light. Alright, sabi dito sa second bullet, light travels in a vacuum in the outer space. It travels at ano to? Ilan ito? 3,0,0,0,0,0,0,0, 8 zero. No, ilan yun? 3 plus 8 zero.
300 million.
We have your 300 million meters per second. Sa isang segundo, ganito siya kabilis mag-travel. Have you ever tried racing with light?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so let's say for example, think of it this way. Imagine natin, nandun ka sa finish line. Makikipagkarera ka kay light. Alright, sa tabi mo, ako. Just imagine, magkatabi tayo. meron akong flashlight or sabihin nating laser. Diba laser is a light? Alright. Sige, sabihin natin in around 5 meters, yun yung finish line. Alright? So sabihin natin 1, 2, 3, go. Ang gagawin ko lang, i-on ko yung flashlight or yung laser. Tapos ikaw, magte-take off ka na. Hindi ka pa nakakapag-take off, nakita mo na yung light doon sa dulo. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Ganun kabilis si light. Alright? Ganun kabilis si light. So I would like you to answer this trivia question ulit. No? Anybody can answer. Right? Refraction. I'll go back to this picture pero trivia question. How many minutes does the light from the sun reaches to the earth? Diba sabi natin mabilis si light? Tama? Mabilis si light. Tapos, malayo din si sun from the earth. Tama? Would you agree na malayo si sun from the earth? O, gaano kabilis dumating yung ilaw ni sun galing doon sa sun papunta sa earth?
Sir, 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Alright, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Some other answers? Guess?
1 minute.
1 minute. Others? Still? Before I get to reveal the answer. Anybody? Guess lang. Alright.
8 minutes and 20 seconds, sir.
Alright. Tama, no? Yung answer na 8 minutes, around at 8 minutes and 20 seconds or mga some around 8 minutes, it's actually the time for it to able to reach the earth. Just imagine, ang layo-layo ni sun from the earth, but light can travel in just 8 minutes from that distance. That's how fast light is. Alright? So 8 minutes, just imagine, meron kaya tayong mga ganung mga eroplano that from the sun to the earth, 8 minutes, dadating agad, lalanding na. Can you imagine how fast light is? Ganun siya kabilis. 8 minutes lang from the sun to the earth. Alright? So, paano ba natin masasabi si refraction? Si refraction kasi ganito yung nangyayari. Have you tried, magpapana. Yung mga nasa ili, boys. Usually, yung mga malapit sa karayan. Na-try yung ba nga agpana iti mga kakastoy nga mga fish in the karayan? Yes or no? Okay lang pag no. Kung hindi nyo na-try. Kasi ituturo ko yung technique para makahuli kayo.
Sir, hindi ako lalaki pero yes.
Na-try mo na. Alright, so sa babae, talo pa kayo boys. May babaeng marunong magpana. Alright. You get to see here in the refraction that there is bending of light. Why? No? Balikan natin. Light travels fastest in the vacuum. However, saan pinaka-slowest si light? Sa?
Water.
Solids.
Sa solids.
Solid.
Alright, tama, sa solid. So, ang ano bang hierarchy niyan? The fastest would be your vacuum. The next would be your gas. The next would be your liquid. And your solid will be the slowest. Medium wherein your light can travel. Mabagal siya sa solid. Alright? Makikita natin dito sa picture. Do you see now the picture of the spear fishing? Can you see the picture now? Alright. Makikita mo dito na nasa taas ka ng tubig, no? The medium for light to travel here is gas. Air, di ba? So, mabilis si light. Pabilis mag-travel pa. Ganun. Tama? Mabilis. However, no? Because sa baba dito sa half na ito, tubig na ito, anong mangyayari sa speed ni light? Bibilis or babagal? Pag from the air, papasok na siya ngayon sa tubig, ano mangyayari dyan sa speed of light? Bibilis or babagal?
Babagal?
Babagal. Very good. Kasi mas mabagal mag-travel si light sa tubig kaysa sa air. Kaya nangyayari ngayon, no? Yung tamang isda, andito actually, no? Nandito, underwater si isda. Mabagal mag-travel yung light dyan, pataas. Tapos, nung lumabas na doon sa boundary, no? Lumabas na doon sa boundary ng tubig, air na ito, di ba? Gas na ito, biglang bumilis. So makikita natin that there is what you call your bending or slight bending of light. Ganito, slight bending of light. However, during refraction, meron tayong sinasabing mga fake images. Alright? Nakikita nyo ba to? Bakit may dalawang picture dito ng isda? Do you follow?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
When you are on top, no, nandito ka outside the water, unless that you're going to submerge your face underwater, pero pag nasa taas ka, ang nakikita mo itong image. Tama? Itong image ang nakikita mo. Siguro bakit hindi mo nahuhuli yung isda is because you don't know yet the concept of refraction. Nakikita natin from the top that this is just the image, the fake image of the fish. However, because of the bending of light, because of refraction, the real position of the fish is actually nandito banda. So pag ikaw yung estudyante na hindi mo alam yung concept of refraction, ang itatarget mo saan? Yung image o yung real?
Image.
Yung image. So ending, image is just actually a fake image of the real position of the fish. Kaya itatarget mo ito. Pero ending pala, bakit wala akong nahuhuli? Kasi, you don't know yet the concept of refraction that the original position of the fish is actually andito. Medyo nasa unahan. Alright? Just like this one here, on the right side of the picture, the fish appears here, but actually, yung fish appears at the bottom part na medyo nasa unahan. So then again, ano bang technique para makahuli tayo ng isda? In this case, that this time, you know now what is refraction. Saan ka magta-target? Pag nakikita mo from the top, ito, dito mo nakikita mo yung top, where are you going to target? Here or here? Sa image or sa real?
Real.
Sa real dapat. So, kung ano man yung nakikita nyo over water, no, nandito, ibaba nyo ng konti yung target nyo. Andoon yung tamang posisyon ng isda. In that case, if you're a sharpshooter and you know the concept of refraction, you will most likely hit the target. Nalaman nyo na ba to dati pa? Or do you just knew it, did you just know it this time? Alam nyo na ba to dati?
No, it's fine.
Just know it this time?
sir.
Oh, yun. Ganun dapat ang mag-target ng isda. Is because of refraction, may bending of light. Hindi po natin, yung tina-target nyo dati, hindi nyo natatamaan is because hindi nyo alam yung tamang posisyon ng isda. So next time, if you're going to go and hunt for fish, no, and doing spear fishing, no, nakikita nyo to, so atras nyo ng konti, atras nyo ng konti yung target nyo, and most likely, it's the real position of the fish, then you get to hit the target. Alright? Questions so far for refraction? Questions for refraction? Do you get to this one? Do you get to see this one something interesting? Refraction. That's really very interesting for me when I first knew this one. Questions for refraction, please? If you have any questions. Okay na tayo for refraction. Alright. Okay na tayo. Sige, Garrett. So, if we have your refraction. In your book there, you get to see mirage. You have in page 48, mirage. This is just another example of a phenomena called refraction. Hindi po mirage yan. Mirage po ang pag-pronounce niyan. It's just the same as your refraction. However, another picture for you to show a refraction is this picture, no? Nakatry ba kayo ng ganito? Baso?
Yes, sir.
Tapos, lagyan nyo ng pencil or straw? Try nyo ba? Or if you have a clear glass later on and put water there and put pencil or straw there, is this really happening? Na parang, uy, bakit putol yung straw? Na-try nyo na ba?
Yes, sir.
Alright, that is example of your refraction. Kasi dito sa taas, mas mabilis mag-travel si light because it's air. However, if you're going to go to the bottom, no? Ano nangyari dito sa speed of light? Kasi tubig na ito. Did it slow down or did it go fast? Anybody?
Go fast.
Go fast? Dumaan siya sa tubig. Dito sa taas, dumaan siya sa air. Dito sa baba, dumaan siya sa tubig. Ano nangyari pag dumaan siya sa tubig? Did it go fast or did it go slow?
Slow.
It went slow. Kasi mas slower kasi sa tubig, no, magta-travel. So, nangyari doon, kasi hindi magkaparehas yung speed sa taas ng travel ng light at speed nasa bottom because dumaan siya sa tubig, there is what you call now your bending of light or simply your refraction. Right? So, do you get the point of refraction? Anong oras na ba? Hala, 11:05 na. Is it okay? Hala, isang lesson pa lang ito.
Yes, sir.
Sir, okay lang, sir.
Okay lang? Refraction. Ang question about refraction. Guess you may refraction. Okay, sige. I'll take that one as a yes if you are kind of silent. Alright. Lesson number 5 tayo. Meron kasing nagtatanong sa akin, advanced na siya, ina-answer na yung page number 55. Though it's okay to be advanced, pero yun na, hindi pa natin na-discuss eh. Alam niyo yung heat? Heat. Nakarinig na ba kayo ng heat or heat energy?
Yes, sir.
Heat. Na-experience niyo ba yung heat?
Yes, sir.
Oh, syempre.
Yes, sir. During the summer.
During the summer. Alright. Tama, no? You have your heat. So, ano ba yung heat? In your own words, ano ba yung heat? Ano ba yung heat? Alright, let's proceed, no? Heat is what you call your energy in transit. Alright? Energy in transit. Or, simply, if you're in physics, ilalagay natin yan sa physics sense, it is the total energy of all molecular motion inside an object. All of the objects that we have is composed of particles. Mayroon pong mga particles na maliliit dyan sa mga object. Alright? Alright, balikan natin yan mamaya yung heat. Ano yung unit ng heat na nakikita nyo dito? Ano yung nakikita nyo dyan?
Joules.
Joules and
These are
calories. Alright? Have you ever heard of the term calories?
Yes, sir.
Alright,
Yes,
saan nyo ba
sir.
nakikita yung calories na yan?
Food process, sir.
Alright, tama. Food. Food. Ano pa? Saan nyo nakikita yung na-encounter yung word na calories? Have you ever seen that one for mga exercising up? Kung ilang calories ang na-burn nyo sa body nyo?
Yes.
Alright?
Yes, sir.
Tama, di ba? So, ilang calories. Meaning, it's related to heat. Now, this time, let's get to differentiate heat from temperature. Paano ba different si heat from temperature? Right? Just think of it this way. Heat is an energy, and temperature is not an energy. Alright? Tapos, simply, in our own words, we can say that your temperature is the warmness or coldness of an object. So, kung gaano siya kainit or kalamig sa'yo, yun yung temperature. At lately, mababa yung temperature natin. So, baka meron, sino kayang nanlalamig dyan? No? Bumababa yung temperature natin lately. Alright? So, it's temperature, warmness or coldness of an object. Alright? In the physics sense, we say that it's actually the average kinetic energy of the molecules. You still remember what is kinetic energy dati?
Yes, sir.
Ano yung kinetic energy? What's just the small pinaka shortest description of kinetic energy? It's energy in anybody? Energy in review tayo. Kasi all of the lessons here are actually related to the past lessons. Energy in what's kinetic energy?
Energy.
Alright, energy in motion. So, your molecules or your particles inside an object is actually also moving. No? So, ano bang makikita nating units for temperature? Ano ba yung nandito?
Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin.
Alright, very good. No, we have your Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. Just be careful of the spelling of Fahrenheit. No, F-A-H. Alright? Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. Alright? So, narinig nyo na ba mga ito?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Sige, if narinig nyo na ito, may trivia question ako. Alright. When you were in grade 7, you discussed about measurements, correct?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Do you still remember the 3 types of your measurement? The systems of measure. We have 3. Give me one. Anybody? Wala. Yung mga kwan. This is just so, I think grade 6 pa lang ito tinuro na ito Those under Ma'am Nicel. Yung galing din ng Science High. Ano pa? Ang galing ng other schools dyan. I think this is a common lesson in grade 7 when we talk about measurement. What are the three systems of your measurement, if you still remember?
Sir, metric?
Yes, one is metric system. Yes, one is metric system. Very good. Give me the other one, the other two. Tama yun, metric. Oo. Isa is metric. Ano pa yung other two? If you still remember, try to guess lang. Okay lang namang mag-guess. Symmetric lang yung alam nyo, ano? Anybody? Oh, metric is one. What are the others?
Impartial?
Imperial or impartial or simply what you call your ano? That's your English system, tama? Have you ever heard of the English system?
Yes, sir.
Alright, English system. And what's the third system? What's the third system?
Customary?
Customary. Alright, I haven't heard of that one. But then the third system would be your system international. Dito sa question. So we have your English, we have your metric, and we have your system international. Alright? Ano bang ginagamit dyan ni science? Is it metric? Is it English? Is it system international?
System international.
Alright, very good. Or what you call your SI units. Alright? So my question would be, what is the SI unit of temperature? Alright. Before we're going to answer that one, bakit merong system international? Alright. The story of the system international is because of different scientists coming from different countries. Americans use this system, Asian people use this system, and whenever they have the results of the research or the experiment, magkakaiba yung system ng measurement nila. For us to have something in common na magkakaparehas in the science experimental sense or para magkakaintindi yung both mga scientists coming from the United States or the western part and the eastern part, gumawa sila ng SI unit or the System International. And that is now, System International is the one being used by scientists para magkakaintindihan tayo that we have all a common system of measurement. So this time, my question is, what is the SI unit of temperature?
Sir Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Merong nag-answer ng Kelvin, may na-answer ng Celsius. Some others? Oh, sige. Oh, ipilit nyo yung answer. Ano ba talagang answer? Celsius or Kelvin or Fahrenheit?
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Kelvin. Alright, the correct answer is Kelvin. Tama, Kelvin po ang ginagamit ng mga scientists. Alright, my question would be, for the United States, what would be their system of measurement of temperature?
Sir Fahrenheit.
Alright, very good. Fahrenheit po ang mga Amerikano. Kaya pag pumunta kayo doon, if you are feeling the temperature of the winter or the summer or even you're trying to just cook, no? With the recipe there, makikita nyo in the American recipe, it's Fahrenheit. In the Philippines and most Asian countries, ano po gamit natin?
Celsius.
Kaya ayun, no, mahirap masyado. Actually, to be honest with you, if you are doing the face-to-face, no, isang activity nyo is for you to know how to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit and even to Kelvin. Do you still remember those ones in your grade 7? Alam nyo ba?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Alright, very good. Tama.
Yes.
Alright, so kung ganun, de okay. At least remember nyo. So let's just skip that one for a while. But the second question is, what is the instrument to measure our temperature?
Thermometer.
Alright, very good. Thermometer. Alright, so yung ginagamit natin sa mga, yung binabaril yung mga noo natin, anong klaseng temperature? Thermometer yun. Specific type of thermometer. Just remember? Kakasabi ko earlier. That is what you call your infrared thermometer. Ano yung ginagamit nating thermometer sa kilikili? Nakalimutan ko rin. Teka, sandali. Anong pangalan nun ba? Alright. Alam ko na. Na-remember ka na. Anybody? Narinig nyo ba yung mga thermometer na yun? We have what you call your auxiliary thermometer. Yung ginagamit natin sa kilikili. Alam niyo yung thermometer na ginagamit sa bata?
Yes, sir.
Alam niyo saan sinasaksak sa mga bata? Yung thermometer,
No,
pag...
sir.
Ha? Hindi nyo alam? Lahat ng mga bata pa, usually, pag bagong panganak, kinukuha yung temperature. Pag bagong kakalabas dun sa tiyan ni mother. Or, pag normal doon, no, lumabas doon. So, kinukuha yun ng temperature. Eh, siyempre, hindi tayo pwedeng gumamit ng thermometer na pangkili-kili kasi malilikot yung mga bata. So, hindi natin makuha accurately yung temperature. So, saan ba sinasaksak yung thermometer?
Mouth?
Sa mouth? Do you think that babies can handle temperatures in the if you're going thermometer if you're going to place thermometer in the mouth?
Anal, sir.
Anal, alright, very good, no? Sa puwet po, doon sa butas ng puwet, isasaksak yung thermometer. Tawag natin dyan, your rectal thermometer. Alright? Na-experience nyo na ba yan? Siguro hindi nyo alam, pero when you were in baby and you were born, no? Talagang dumaan kayo sa rectal thermometer. Alright? Alam nyo yung dati din na thermometer, yung ginagamit sa mouth? Have you tried yung thermometer na gamit sa mouth?
Yes, sir.
Alright, pero hindi na siya advisable, no? Yung ginagamit sa mouth kasi especially pag sa hospital, pag gamitin mo sa mouth, dumaan yan sa mga maraming pasyente. Oh, so sinishare-share nyo. So hindi na siya advisable. Pero please wag nyo lang na no? If you're going to look at later on in the Google and try to see the differences between the mouth temperature, the kilikili temperature, and the butt temperature or sa puwet na thermometer, magkakaiba po ng itsura yan. Basta just make sure that yung ginamit sa puwet, no, hindi mo ginamit sa bunganga. Alright? Mahirap na yung mga ganon. Alright? So, magkakaiba po yung maitsura nila. Alright? Let's get to proceed. Alright? Alright. We have your effects of heat transfer. Alright? Sa heat transfer po, nagta-travel po siya from hotter to colder objects. Alright? Hotter to colder objects. Hindi po pwedeng baliktad, yung malamig nagiging mainit. Yung malamig, later on, iwan mo dyan, nagbo-boil na siya. Wala pong ganun. Because in the law of thermodynamics, heat flow should travel from hotter to colder objects. Alright? You get the point? No? For example, meron kang mainit na kape, iniwan mo dyan, anong nangyayari sa kape yan? Ang kape na yan? Lalamig. Pero meron kang kape na malamig, iniwan mo dyan, anong mangyayari? Have you ever seen na malamig na kape, iniwan mo dyan, tapos later on, nag-boil, mag-isa? Naka-experience ba kayo ng ganun? Alright, so the point is that hindi pwedeng baliktad na the traveling of the heat is from cold to hot. Dapat siya hot to cold yan dapat. Alright? One way lang. Alright, let's proceed. We have the methods of heat transfer. Ito na yung parang aansiran yung activity later on. Alright? We have conduction, convection, and radiation. Have you ever heard of these terms already? Time check.
Yes, sir.
Radiation only.
Radiation only. Alright, very good. Sige, at least honest. No? Alright, let's talk about one each. No? So, let's go to conduction. Ano ba si conduction? Heat transfers when objects are in contact. Ano bang meaning ng in contact? Na-try nyo na bang hawakan yung apoy?
Yes, sir.
Wag naman. Wag niyong gawin yun. In-example ko lang. Pero nakikita niyo sa picture. Do you see the picture of the, tawag nito? The candle?
Yes, sir.
Alright, tapos meron siyang needle, tama? More or less, this is a metal needle. Kahit sa kabilang part lang yung uminit, do you feel that later on in your hand part on this far right, do you feel the heat? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. It's because the source of the heat traveled through the needle and eventually traveled to your hand. So that is the heat transfer according to conduction. Meaning, meron kang direct contact doon sa heat kasi nahahawakan mo nga itong pin na ito or needle na ito. Ganun po ang conduction. Alright? Let's say for example, if you are hot and somebody is being cold, tapos nimbrace mo, hinag mo. Is it conduction, yes or no? What do you think? What do you think? When somebody is cold, nalalamigan, tapos ikaw medyo mainit ka, tapos hinag mo siya. Is it conduction? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, very good. Yes. Kasi nga, anong point doon? Syempre, pag nag-hug ka, di ba? You are in contact, tama?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Di ba? Hindi naman pwede, for example, nalalamigan yung kaibigan mo. Nandito ka, mga 1 meter apart. Tapos sasabihin mo lang, I will transfer your heat by my powers. I will transfer your heat that even when we are not in contact. Can it be possible?
No,
O,
sir.
hindi, di
No,
ba?
sir.
Unless may superpower ka. So, yung conduction dapat in contact. Do you get the point of conduction?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
So, yan yung conduction. Simplihan lang natin para hindi na masyadong mahirap. Let's go na to your convection. Oh, nakarinig ka ng convection? Or first time nyo narinig
Yes, sir.
yung convection?
First time, sir.
First time, alright. In convection, this happens to fluids. Kasi usually, si conduction, this happens to solid. Kay convection, this happens to fluids. Pag fluids, no, this is actually a combination of your gas and liquid. So, sa steam, right? Sabi dito, warm fluid goes up. Cold fluid goes down. Tama? Sino ba mas mabigat? Si warm or si cold?
Warm.
Warm.
Sino mas mabigat?
Warm.
Si warm or si cold?
Warm.
Warm? Alright. Think of it this way. You have your liquid water and we have your ice. Di ba si ice is still water? Tama?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, alright. Now, you have your ice as your no? Your ice as your something that is cold and your liquid water is something that is hotter than that ice, di ba? Sino mas mabigat? Si ice or si liquid water?
Liquid water.
Liquid water? Alright. To be honest with you, no? Mas mabigat po si ice. Mas lumalamig yung temperature, mas mabigat siya. That's the reason why it says here that you have your cold fluid, it goes down. Alright? Bumababa po. Pag mainit naman, medyo gumagaan siya, kaya tumataas siya. Anong nangyayari dyan pag nagpapakulo tayo ng tubig? Alam natin na mas mainit sa baba, tama? Yes or no? Yung sa pagkukulo ng tubig, kettle. Di ba mas mainit sa baba kasi yun yung source ng fire natin, tama?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
Pag yan naiinitan, yung parts of the water at the bottom, it becomes warmer and warmer, nagiging magaan yan, tataas yan doon sa top. Tama? Kasi magaan siya.
Yes, sir.
Tapos, yung part naman na nandito sa taas ng tubig, medyo mas malamig yan compared to the bottom. Tama? So, malalamigan yung tubig sa taas. And kung malamig siya, anong nangyayari sa kanya? Tumataas, bumababa. Anybody? Pag malamig yung
Bumababa.
tubig, bumababa. So, nangyayari dyan, ganito lang. Naiinitan sa baba, nagiging mainit, gumagaan, umaakyat. Ngayon, nasa taas na siya, malamig naman dito sa taas. Ngayon, pag lumamig, bumibigat, bababa ulit. Pag bumaba na naman ulit, maiinitan ulit. Pag mainit, gagaan, aakyat ulit sa taas. Pag nasa taas na, pag nalamigan kasi it's colder there, bibigat at bababa na naman. That's the reason why. Have you ever seen a boiling water?
Yes, sir.
Di ba nagbo-boil yung water? Di ba pag malamig pa yung tubig, gumagalaw ba yung tubig?
No, sir.
Hindi, di ba? Pero pag umiinit na, anong nangyayari doon? Is it moving? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's because of what you call your convection. This is a type of your heat transfer related to what you call your convection. Ito po yung convection. Right? So, medyo mahirap na concept si convection, but you get to see that, try to differentiate it with your conduction previously. Alright? Let's proceed first with the last one, which is your radiation. Alam niyo yung radiation? Narinig niyo na yung radiation?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And your radiation is related to what you call your electromagnetic waves. Right? Alright. Makikita natin that kahit walang in contact si sun from the earth, do we still feel the heat of the sun from the earth?
Yes, sir.
Yes, di ba? Kahit gaano kalayo si sun, umaabot yung init niya doon sa earth. And in that type of heat transfer, that is what you call your radiation. Is the sun in contact with earth? Yes or no? Tumatama ba si sun kay earth? Yes or no? Can I hear answers? Yes or no lang? Tumatama ba si sun kay earth? Nagsasagian ba sila? Nagbabanggaan ba sila? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Wala, di ba? Hindi. Pero kahit wala silang connection in between them, kaya pa rin nung heat ng sun na umabot sa earth. In that case, that is what you call, that heat transfer is what you call your radiation. Kahit ilang million kilometers away from si earth from the sun, umaabot pa rin yung init niya through what you call your radiation. So in that case, can you differentiate the three different types of heat transfer? Time check, it's already 11:26. All right. Can you differentiate the heat transfer? Now, the three, we have your convection, conduction of those three. All right. Sige, baka meron kayong question later on. But I will be finishing this one na lang here sa heat siguro. Tapos I will proceed maybe another day for the electricity. But if you're going to look at the picture here, this is already the combination of the three. Convection dito kasi mainit sa taas, malamig sa mainit sa baba, tumaas, gumaan, nafe-feel mo yung init sa taas. Conduction is because you have direct contact from the source of the heat going to you. And radiation, yung parang kahit wala kang in contact na no? You still feel the heat of the source of the heat from you. Alright, so yan yung combination ng conduction. So, ito na-answer na natin earlier. Alright. I'll be ending here sa thermal expansion. Ganito na lang. It's already 11:30. Almost 11:30, alright? I still have one more lesson for you. Your lesson number 6, which is electricity. Sa electricity kasi may konting mga tawag nito. Solving. So, would it be okay if we're going to meet at least maybe 1 hour siguro by Thursday? Anybody?
Okay lang, sir.
Thursday kasi
Okay lang.
kasi pag ginawa kong diretso ngayon, wala, mangangamote na kayo. You'll be having what you call your information overload. You'll not digest everything that I'm teaching right now. Alright, so maybe I'll schedule another 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. by Thursday only for lessons number 6. Don't worry kasi this will be the last slide. Okay lang ba?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
Alright, this time, ito tanong ko. Let's finish heat. Kasi tapos na tayo sa light, tapos na tayo sa heat, matatapos na tayo sa heat, I'll be reserving electricity at the end. Alright? However, for heat, meron kasing nangyayaring parang phenomena with heat also. Kung si sound, meron siyang refraction and reflection. Si light, meron siyang dispersion, refraction and reflection. Si heat naman, meron tayong tinatawag na thermal expansion. Alright. Ano bang nangyayari sa isang bagay pag naiinitan? Does it expand or does it contract? Anybody?
Contract.
Does it contract pag naiinitan? Does it get smaller and smaller or does it get bigger and bigger?
Sir, bumasit.
Bumasit. Dadumangay ka. Nyati para kanya yun. Mapudutan ti may nga banag. Kas nyati mangyari, bumasit or dumakkel? Guess lang. Okay lang guess. Kasi ko pa yung mat nga insuro da ito eh. May idea?
Sir, bumasit.
Bumasit, no? Iso ti bakit kita yun, no? Agluto kayo ti kalang nga fried chicken. Kalang nga dakkel iso na day before pa naluto. Ngam idi naluton kat bimasit. Kas jay ba ti kwanyo? Is it how you picture it or you imagine it? Yes? All right, I don't hear anybody. I'm not sure if anybody are still there. However, to be honest with you, pag naiinitan po, mas lumalaki. Nakakita kayo ba na isang bagay na pag naiinitan, mas lumalaki? That's the reason why what you call your thermal expansion. When something is being heated or increase in temperature, they expand. Alright? Hello? We're still there?
Right,
Alright.
sir.
Yes, sir.
If you have your modules with you, kindly please turn to page 54. This is an example of your thermal expansion. Pag nainitan po yung isang bagay, mas nag-expand po siya, mas lumalaki. Alright? So, let's talk first with your thermal expansion. Ito po yung example ng thermal expansion. Can you see now the picture here in your phones or in your laptops there? Thermal expansion.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
This, you get to see here on the left side that this is actually a connection with a bridge. Bakit hindi nila sinasagad na tamaan itong mga zigzag na ito? Have you ever seen building of roads? Yung paggawa ng mga daan, mga construction
Yes, sir.
ng daan. Bakit hindi nila sinasagad na isang block lang? Bakit merong mga ganitong mga spaces in between? Or maybe if you get to see here in the middle picture, bakit merong mga ganon na spaces in between? Bakit? Bakit kaya ginagawa nila in that way? Ano kayang mangyayari pag wala yung mga spaces na yan in between?
Hosting space.
Alright. This is related to what you call your engineering. Sa engineering kasi, they always consider thermal expansion. Na ang isang bagay, pag naiinitan, mas lumalapad o lumalaki. Now, if you get to see here in this road, no, itong zigzag na ito na connection ng isang bridge, pag umiinit ito, may possibility na itong mga metal, mag-e-expand ito at no, pag sobrang init, pwede po ito na sagad na tatama doon sa mga spaces hanggang mawala yung spaces. At the same time, if you get to see on the roads, no, merong mga spaces in between sa mga espalto dyan, is because pag uminit yung road, pwedeng mag-expand yan and it will take out the spaces there and tamang-tama na meron silang pwedeng pag-expandan. Nakikita nyo itong picture sa gitna. No? These spaces are left there for these cements to expand pag naiinitan. No, tanong ko, sir, paano pag wala po yung mga spaces niyan? Anong mangyayari? Can you predict or can you hypothesize? Ano kayong mangyayari pag walang spacing? Guess. Alam kong medyo gutom na, pero let's just finish this thermal expansion tapos we'll be ending on that one. Right? Anybody?
Sir, lalawak.
Lalawak. Anong mangyayari pag wala siyang parang space na binigyan natin dyan? Ano kayang mangyayari? Ito yung mangyayari pag walang mga space dyan. Anong mangyayari? Nakikita nyo?
Cracks.
Magka-crack yan.
Wait, broke.
Alright? Magka-crack yan kasi nga, alam natin na pag naiinitan ng isang bagay, nag-expand. Pero pag wala silang space na pwedeng pag-expandan, anong nangyayari? Nagkaka-crack sila. That's the reason why if you get to see next time constructions of road, no, there are spaces in between those cements is because of what you call the concept of thermal expansion. Kailangan merong space yung mga daan, yung mga semento na pwede nilang pag-expandan pag naiinitan sila. Para maiwasan natin ang sinasabi nitong nangyayari dito sa picture na nagkaka-crack. Right? You get the point of thermal expansion.
Yes.
Alright. Yun po yung cause bakit ginagawa nila na ganun, no? Hindi yung isang buong semento. Dapat may mga spaces. However, meron po tayong exception to the rule for thermal expansion. Alright? Meron tayong sinasabi, balik tayo dito, anomalous behavior of water. Kilala niyo si water, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
So,
Si water kasi, baliktad. Si water, pag nalalamigan, saka siya mag-expand. Sabi kasi ni thermal expansion, sabi niya, when you increase the temperature, mas nag-iinitan, nag-expand. Pero si tubig, baliktad. Mas nalalamigan, saka siya nag-expand. Can you imagine? Water, pag nalalamigan, mas nag-expand. Have you ever seen situations wherein water expanded because lumamig? Alright, for you to be able to picture this one out, I'll ask you a question of this one. Trivia question. Why do manufacturers of drinks do not fill their drink up to the mouth of the bottle? Bakit hindi nila sinasagad itong Coca-Cola na hanggang doon sa bunganga ng bote? Pag itong bote ng beer, bakit hindi nila sinasagad hanggang doon sa bunganga ng beer?
Ma-overflow.
Overflow. Tama naman, ma-overflow. Any other answers?
Sir, J acid, no?
Ya acid na. Nyati mangyari J acid na ba? Nyati mangyari J acid na. Ngaman kayo nga nagtaka, apay nga handa nga isagsagad. J karga ti Coca-Cola, ingana ngiwat ti bote. Or any other, even wine, apay nga handa nga isagsagad. Bakit kaya? I'll ask for guesses first before I'm going to or ask you the concept of this one. Bakit kaya hindi nila sinasagad?
Because it's cold.
Because it's cold? Alright. These drinks are actually best taken when cold, tama? Mas maganda pag malamig yung beer, mas maganda pag malamig yung Coke, tama? So, saan natin siya nilalagay? Saan natin sila nilalagay?
Rep.
Sa ref or sa freezer, di ba? Alright. The thing that is happening there, here, is actually related to what you call your anomalous behavior of water. Alright? Sabi dito kay anomalous behavior of water, water expands pag nalalamigan. Alright? So let's go now to this question. Nakikita nyo itong picture? Anomalous behavior of water? Hello? Anybody? Do you see this picture? Na-try nyo ba na tamang-tama lang yung nilagay nyong tubig doon sa bottle nyo, tapos nilagay nyo sa freezer, anong nangyayari doon sa bottle? Lumalaki, lumiliit?
Lumalaki.
Lumalaki. Na-try nyo ba na gumawa ng ice candy?
Yes, sir.
Di ba pag ice candy, pag yung parang hindi pa na-freeze, maliit siya, tama?
Yes, sir.
Pag nilagay nyo na sa ref, ang tumigas, anong nangyayari doon sa ice candy?
Lumalaki.
Lumalaki. That is what you call your anomalous behavior of water. Baliktad si water. Pag nalalamigan, mas lumalaki. Kaya balikan natin yung question na yun. Bakit hindi nila sinasagad yung mga karga ng Coke at ng beer sa isang bote?
Lumalaki kapag malamig.
Alright, tama, no? Yung space na nandito na iniiwan nila is for the water to expand para pag iniwan mo ito doon sa ref, kahit na lumaki at malamigan ito, at least may space pa si Coke na pwedeng pag-expandan. Ano kayang mangyayari pag sagad na nasa bunganga ito? Tapos nilagay mo sa ref. Anong mangyayari?
Sasabog.
Sasabog, tama. Naka-experience kayo ba na sumabog yung Coke sa loob ng ref?
Sir, hindi pa.
Hindi pa, pero may chances. There are chances wherein, no, kung pinuno mo or napuno ito at ilagay mo sa ref, you can do this one as your experiment if you'd like, no? You have your maybe a mineral water bottle, tapos fill it until the mouth of the bottle, then leave it no until it freezes. Tingnan nyo after it freeze. Nag-expand ba or nag-contract ba? But then again, we have the answer. We have what you call your anomalous behavior of water. So let me just explain to you, no, page number 55, which is related to your activity with your heat. So, may nagtanong kasi, can you see now your page 55 in your module?
Yes, sir.
Alright?
Yes, sir.
Kasi meron dito, let's say for example, number 1, electric kettle. Makikita nyo sa electric kettle?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ano kaya yung mode of transfer? Let's skip electric kettle. Punta tayo kay food tray. Food tray. Do you see food tray?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Sa gitna niyan, sabi doon, method of heat transfer. What do you think would be the method of heat transfer for food tray? Is it conduction, is it radiation, or is it convection?
Conduction?
Some other answers. Alright, any other answers? Alright, very good. The correct answer is conduction. Ng question na dito, how does this work? Meron kasing nagtanong, sir, ano ba yung answer dito sa how does this work? Is it ba how that appliances work? Hindi po yun yung dapat i-answer nyo dito. Ang dapat na i-explain nyo sa how does this work, diba sabi nyo conduction dito sa second column. So, paano nangyayari yung conduction sa food tray? Oh, can you explain this one? Somebody would like to explain. Oh, i-bonus ko na ito. Food tray. Paano kaya yung conduction nangyayari dito sa food tray? Anybody? Ano ba yung nilalagay natin sa taas ng food tray?
Food.
Food. Ano
Warm
bang
food.
klaseng mga food? Bakit natin nilalagay siya sa tray?
Dahil
Alright.
mainit.
Alright, tama, 'di ba? Dahil mainit, no? Nilalagay natin sila sa tray. So sabi natin, paano kaya pag metal yung tray? Ano kayang mangyayari doon? Would you feel the heat?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Usually more or less no, pag tumagal mafe-feel mo yung heat, but usually food trays are made in plastic because they then again they conduct less heat compared to the one. So that's how you explain it. Na explain niya, sir, how does this work? So you said that in a food tray, conduction is happening, the method of heat transfer. Now how does this work? It happens when you put hot foods on top of the food tray wherein the heat from that hot food, no, will transfer to the food tray and directly, no, when you are holding the food tray, will also feel the heat. So then again, sabi, di ba? No, sabi doon na heat transfer by conduction is actually heat transfer when you are in contact with that object. In this case, you are in contact with that object is because you're holding the food tray. Parang ganun. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the rest of it. Ganun na lang para tapos the rest, no, andyan. So that will be page 55 until page 57. Then I'll be serving electricity by next time. I'm sorry. I went over time this time.
Okay lang, sir.
Pero okay lang.
It's 11:42. I'm supposed to go to school because I will be I'll be asked kasi medical check-up namin ngayon and we'll be going for blood magpapadraw ako ng blood, papakuha ako ng dugo ko kasi for medical purposes. So yeah, maybe I'll go 1 o'clock na lang. Yeah, before I get to end, ito yung dapat na i-pass nyo dapat sana last week. But then again, for this week, ito sana, pero hindi pa natin natapos yung electricity because na number 3 and number 4 is related, number 3 is related to your electricity, and number 4, this is your performance task, yung kite making. So, anytime by this week sana kung mapasa nyo ito. So, yun po, electricity. I'll be sending to you the copy of this this slide later on sa group chat. Kasi, I think, Thursday ba wala kayong schedule for classes?
Sir, no bigat na ESP.
Alright, no bigat yung ESP. So, manik nga makinay na yun na ESP no bigat. So, Thursday na lang inya. Klase tayo uray kwan. Para lang i-jay lesson number 6 dito yung electricity. Panggap man yan ti kuryente. Alright? So,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
once
sir.
again, let me see. Once again, I'd like to thank you once again. We are 30 this time. Shiny mirror. Meron palang nag-answer dito. Sorry. Alright, so, we are 26 actually this time and medyo bumababa tayo. I hope na sana tayo mas bumababa as the days go by or as the months go by. I'm encouraging others to still join. So, I'm not going to hold you more and say more anymore because 11:45 na at pati ako gutom na. Kain tayo, ganun, no? Kain lang, walang tayo pala. So, yun. Kain. kain na lang para ayos, no? So, without further much ado, Mr. Banda is actually doing the comment sa live stream kasi I'm doing this one also at the same time recording para meron kayong pwedeng panoorin mamaya after this one for those who didn't join. Anyway, without further much ado, I'd like to thank you very much once again for being patient with me that even this is the twice that I have been into overtime. Kulang pala yung isang araw lang, isang week. So I'm I'm really very much sorry about this one of going overtime and getting much of your time this time. So I'm sorry, but I hope that you'll not be discouraged or disappointed with what is happening because then again I just want to at least pwede kayong maturo. I'll share to you knowledge and teach to you this different stuff that you'll be needing when face to face comes by siguro more or less next year sana if ma-roll out na yung mga vaccine natin. So before we get to end, baka meron pang mga tanong.
Answer.
Wala na, talagang alright. So if there are none, then I'll not hold
Wala
you.
na, sir.
I'll not hold you much anymore. Thank you very much for joining again. Salamat ng marami. I'll be ending this one in the next 5 seconds. 5, 4,
Thank you, sir.
3, 2, 1. Thank you very much.